Today we're going to talk about how I made over $9,000 trading Nasdaq. And today was a really important day that you actually need to watch this whole video. We had a ton of chop off the opening. People were getting straight left and right. 5-minute candle up, right back down, back up, back down. But we stayed patient. We stayed a lot of patience and we found our trades. We got to our spot. You ever play a sport like basketball? Like we got our mid range. We were driving up to for the layups. We weren't doing anything flashy. But the fundamentals are what's going to keep you in the game. The fundamentals are the boring stuff. Nobody wants to do them, but you have to do them. So I trade live, of course, in my private mentorship group, which the link will be down below. If you're interested, you want to check it out. The link is down there. So we'll jump into the charts and we'll talk about how I was able to stay so patient, what I saw into the charts that led us to 3 really good wins and a really small loss. So it was 4 trades in total. 3 wins and a really small loss. Let's get into it. So we'll start this from top down. This was the last trade that we took. It was a little over 75 points. But for now, we'll let that be. For now, we'll zoom out and we gotta start where everything always starts, the daily candle. Of course, this week we've been bullish. We'll jump on the daily as well. On yes, this week we've been bullish because previous week with a huge sell-off. Huge move up, a Tuesday low of the week kind of look here. It was Tuesdays when we tapped into this weekly opening gap. If we zoom it in, let's go to the 4 hours so you can see this. So jump into the 1 hour. You can see here with this huge weekly opening gap, which got filled on Tuesday. We had an SMT off of that as well, and that has remained as a low day. Then yesterday, Wednesday, today's Thursday, perfect retracement where for value gap with the golden pocket. Perfect. What is this? This is a buy model. You should stay bullish. There might be dips, like we got these little dips here, but overall you should be bullish going to the markets with a bullish bias. I'm not saying bias like I'm only looking for longs, but like I know more than likely the longs will pay better than the shorts will. So that's what I'm going with this mindset. Yes, we have all of this above here. Like I'm telling you, we have this 4-hour gap. We got this 4-hour. I get it. But the thing is, when the gaps are so big, they get filled, right? Because there's not a lot of volume in this gap, so they tend to get filled, and they tend to get filled quite quickly. That's why we've been getting this pretty strong move back up after a huge nuke down over last week, which is honestly most of it was off that Friday news with the Trump tweet, which was crazy. So jumping into the charts again, Wednesday we got this GP bounce, so we're going into the markets bullish. Jumping into the markets, looking, let's go on the 5-minute Buffalo and QNES. We open up, and as you can see, this New York session was, come on. All right, we're like, what are we doing here? New York session, like you do better. A lot of traders were just getting cooked left and right. So, but I was watching for this previous day high here. I thought this would be a strong target for the market. We should be going up to that previous day high. Of course, we had a bearish SMT off the open as well, but we also had a bullish SMT off the open. So those two kind of offset each other. Still thought we'd get at least the previous day high, which we did catch. So our first trade of the day was on the 1 minute. We were essentially just watching for a potential entry for that previous day high. So here we open up, big, strong 930 candles right off the open, but they got sold off. So I'm paying attention to New York lows here. We bounce off New York low. We get a nice V shape with a really small inversion gap right here. As you can see it's really, really small, but sometimes the devil's in the details, or what the saying goes. We also had a bullish SMT. Why? Because NQ did not take out this 830 news low, which will come into play later. But yes had done that, right? It was well below the 830. So I'm like, we got this bullish SMT. Previous day high is there for the taking, so we enter long on the close of this candle right here. Stop loss below it. We're able to catch this previous day high, which is about 50-ish points. We were hoping to get a little more out of this. Maybe kept pushing. It did not. Came back down. Now, for the second trade that we took was the second trade we took. So we had, after that big move down, we had SMT at the highs now. And if we fib out this to this, we saw there was a golden pocket sitting right there alongside with our fair value gap there. So we saw this initial rejection, and we tried to short it a little bit with a bad entry, and we got stopped out here for about 13 points of an L, 13 points of an L. So we were looking for the 830 low down here. After this rejection, we entered short right here, roughly right around here. We got a second rejection. We kept the stop loss just above this, a really, really small stop loss, targeting at 30. We got stopped out, but it was fine. We got the re-entry after, so we got an SMT here, and that gave me the re-entry indicator. If you guys look right here, we got this 1 minute SMT. Again, rejecting golden pocket, rejecting it for value gap. This is what we look for, right? We're looking for this. Understand the price action is choppy. You gotta maybe size in smaller. That's what I did today. But if your confluences are there, you take your trade, you take your shot when they're there. All right. This is why you have a system. If you have no system, you're guessing, and the people that were guessing, they were getting destroyed in this price action. A lot of traders out there just longing, shorting, falling, trying to chase big candles just because they see a big candle. Like, okay, now we got to break out a chop. And no, that was hurting you because you don't have a system. This is what I teach in my private mentorship. I teach them my exact system. I have a class literally called the playbook where I go over exactly what we look for every single day. And this is how we're able to stay green on days like this. And we're able to catch huge winners essentially every day. We were green every single day this week. We were green every single day last week. And we're going to keep staying green. So after this rejection, we entered a short right here. Again, tight stop loss, about 16, 15 points, targeting at 30 low. So we caught about 40 points there. I was hoping to get more. Stop loss got hit with runners. We're on 0.50 because I'd like to keep some runners in case this does want to sell off. And this wants to go all the way down to the previous day closing price. I'm not chasing the home run hits, but I am putting myself in positions where the home run hits can come to me. And that's my philosophy of trading. Then, boom, 830 low got taken out, which was our news low. Again, another SMT. We get a big V-shape up inversion here. I tried to look for this entry here. I was a little bit slow on this long entry here. This 10-15 kind of was a potential long entry, but I missed it. But it's fine. What I tell people is don't chase. People are like, oh, should we enter it here? Should we enter here? And what I was telling them is like, don't chase it. A good setup will always give you a re-entry. That's what you have to understand, guys. A good setup will always give you a re-entry. A lot of people are like, Antonio, why did you not take this inversion right up here for the continuation higher? The issue is, look where this gap is. Then take a look at yes. This is why we have both assets up at the same time. Yes was rejecting this inversion. I want to see both of them break above if I'm going to be trusting a breakout trade. I rarely ever trade breakout trades, but if I do, it needs to be on both NQ and ES following along together. If it's not, I'm staying out of that trade. Then we created this 5-minute gap right here on NQ. So this is our first 5-minute gap of the day. So you see, once New York opened up, nothing. We got our first 5-minute gap right here. So then we also about the top to bottom. Our GP was the bottom. We held the 5-minute gap, and then we looked for entry on the 1 minute. So the 1 minute entry was this candle right here. So delivery from the 5-minute gap, golden pocket, exact bottom, inversion. Displacement up because we also made a 1 minute bullish gap. Yes, on the other hand, was doing the same exact thing. Strong move up from that on that pullback, looking really nice. So we enter right here, looking for the previous day high yet again as a TP, and we also looked for even more. So again, 17-point stop. We were to catch about almost the whole move here, 80 points. Let's add it up together. What's 80 points? Plus 40 points plus 50 points. What is that? That equals to 170 points. We got 170 points, but we have to subtract minus 15 points of the other loss. So that's 155 points. 155 points in a day. A lot of traders can all do this in the course of a week. They can do this over the course of a month. They're there scalping 5 to 6 points, trading these really small IFVG setups with negative RR. But that's not what we do here. We catch trades like this, and we do this daily live for everybody, so everybody can eat, everybody can learn. They're not just there to signal bot, they're there to learn as well, because it's different. Let me ask you this question. People are like, oh, Antonio, why do you stream? You just want signal bots. No, if you could watch Picasso in his prime draw a painting, would you do it? Yes, right? You would. If you learn from anything, if you could watch Steph Curry shoot right in front of you, would you do it? Yes, ask yourself, what is your most favorite hobby, sport, whatever it is, art? And if you watch the best of that, do it live every single day, how could you not get better if you're actually watching there to learn? Right? If you're just there to goof around, it's a different story. But if your answer is yes, this is why I trade live every single day. If you like these recaps, if you want more recaps, make sure you like, sub, and do comment down below what you want to learn next. And of course, I'll see you guys in the next video.